Hi everybody, hello, welcome along. It's really the strangest weather ever here today. It's, as you know, it's coming towards the end of April and it's a hailstorm. That's what it is. It's a hailstorm. Madness. However, I am here with something that I have already shown you how to do this, but I think it was buried deep in a live that I did, and it was given a title not related to this at all. So I understand that a lot of you couldn't find it. Some of you have been contacting me saying, where is it, what's it called, blah blah. So I thought, right, well, actually what I thought, I was clearing off my desk on the right side of me, and I came across one that I'd obviously started but not finished, and I thought, oh, it's so lovely. That's a lovely little journal, and I'll show you how to make it. I've put the front cover on mine, but that's pretty much all I've done. And it's a Concertina journal. Comes out, it's got two proper little journals in it, one that goes in there and one that goes in there, and there is quite a lot of decorating and stuff in this, but if you like a bit of construction, I'm your man. I am your construction man. Right, so let's make a start. I'm just going to spread mine out a bit. Oh, my journal fell out. Well, of course it did. Don't be stupid. I'm going to take my other journal out as well. Oh, perhaps I ought to tell you the papers that I'm using, because they're gorgeous. They're simply gorgeous. Oh my, they really are delicious. So this one I've already been at, as you can see, but I think you get 36 papers, and they are once again from Sweet Pea Curiosity. I bought and paid for this kit. Nothing untoward going on. I'm just pointing you in this direction because I really love this. It's kind of grungy, and it's also floral, so it's got my name on it. So let's just quickly whiz through these papers. They're so perfect for me. So perfect. I printed mine out on photo matte paper. You get a bit more vibrancy with your prints. Look at that one. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. They're all lovely. Really are. I can't remember what they're called though, that's the problem. But if you go and look on Sweet Pea Curiosity's site, Etsy shop should I say, you will find these. And they are, aren't they? They're just sensational. So this is the kit that I'll be using throughout my journal. I'll be using some other stuff as well. That's just glorious. Some different cardstocks and stuff, but it is my intention to show you each and every step of the way of this journal, because I've obviously started one before and left it kind of hanging. So I think all in all I've done maybe 5 or 6 of these little journals, and I don't ever remember doing a specific start to finish on it. So that's what I'm going to do. And I did promise grunge, and there will be grunge, but it might not be quite as grungy as I thought. I'm having cold feet about the grunge, put it that way. So we're nearly at the end now. I mean, just look at these papers. I mean, I'm drawn to a lot of these because they've got this kind of Uncharted Mariner colour in them. Salvage Patina, Speckled Egg, that family. And I do really love that family of colours. So there we are. That's the papers I'll be using. For what you get, they absolutely are not, well, they're not expensive full stop. But you do get loads and loads. So let's get on to making the little folio. I've got 2 file folders here. I think maybe if you've got foolscap file folders, maybe you can get it out of one, but I can't, so I'll show you what I do. I'm going to use my Timmy trimmer, the one that's the rotary cutter. And with all file folders, they are never ever square. Don't trust them because they're not. You might think they look square, but they just aren't. So I'm just going to cut the end off that so I know it is square. And then turn that over and put that at 6 inches. And this is going to be the height of our journal. You can make yours different, of course. So that's 6 inches. Cut that off. That's the piece we want. This piece only measures 5.5, so it's just not big enough. So I'll use the other one, do exactly the same thing, square it off, and then cut 6 inches off the squared off end. There we go. Right, so I've got 2 pieces that are 6 inches by the whole width of the folder. I think when I've shown you this before, I've used A3 card, and I realise for some of you in the States that's a bit of a no-no. It's kind of difficult to get hold of. So what we need now is the scoreboard. Let's just put those journals somewhere out of my way. Right, so, no, before we need the scoreboard, we just need to trim these bits off. I don't really want those. So I'm trimming off as little as I can. There we are. And I'll leave the back and we'll trim that when we know exactly where we want to cut that. So, where's mine? I need to spread it out so as I can see what I'm doing. Ooh, it's quite long, isn't it, when it's all spread out? Right, so the first one is you get your score tool, that's a good idea. 4 inches. 4 and score. 4 and score. And I'll write this down as I go so you can see it, but you might have to watch it a couple of times because there's a bit of scoring. So 4 inches, and then score at 4 and score at 4 1/4. So that's a 1/4 inch, sort of little spine in there. So that's 1/4 inch. I'll write that with my pencil because I don't want it showing through the washi. So that's 1/4 inch. And then we want another 4. Now this is going to take us into this centre part of the file, which isn't ideal, but there's nothing much we can do about it. So I want another 4, and my last score line was 4 1/4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 makes that 8 1/4. So score again at 8 1/4, and it's very close to that score line that's factory made, if you like. So make that quite prominent. And then we want half, so that's 8 1/4. Let me just write 4 inches here. So that's 8 1/4. Then we want 8 3/4 because we're making this spine 1/2 inch. So this is 1/2 inch. And then I'm just going to move this across so I can carry on scoring this piece of card. Just check that I've got that lined up properly there. Yeah. And then I want another 4. So that brings us to here. And that's that's 4 inches there. And then a quarter, so 6, in my case 6 1/4, but it's a 1/4 inch spine there, quarter, and then we want two, is it 2 or 2.5? 2.5. So from this last score line here, just make sure I've got that right. I want 2.5. 1, 2.5. And that's where we're going to cut. So that's 2.5 there. Okay, so what we need to do is cut that excess off from that last score line. We'll cut that off, otherwise we'll end up getting confused with ourselves. There we are, and that's actually scrap, but you might want to keep it because you might want to stamp on it and stuff. So there we go. Can you see what we've got so far? 4 inches score, 1/4 inch spine, another 4 inches score, a 1/2 inch spine, another 4 inches scoring a 1/4 inch spine, and then you want 2.5 and chop it at that. Right, we'll come back to this piece, but we'll do the other piece first. So I just want to trim off the end of this one as well. There we go. And off we go again. So we want one that's 4. So score at 4. Wait, that wasn't very good. Score at 4. I'll write 4 inches there. 4 inches. 4 inches, and then we want a 1/4 inch spine, so 4 1/4 score at. Then we want another 4 inch piece, that's 4 1/4, so 8 1/4. Wait, don't know why I've gone wonky all of a sudden. Wonky as a donkey. So this bit is 4, and then this we want to be a 1/2 inch spine again. So that's 8 1/4. So at 8 3/4, I want to put another score in. So that's a 1/2 inch spine there. And then let's budge this along the bed a bit. So that's 2 to there. I mean, my mark, my last score line is on 2, is all I'm saying. And then I want another 4. So I'm going to score here. 4. Oh, come on, girl. Can't even score straight. What's wrong? So that's 4. Then we want a 1/4 inch spine here. Like that, and then we want 4, which is where we're going to cut it at. So that's on mine it's 6 1/4, so I need to score it at 10 1/4. Just check that. I haven't moved that all of a sudden. So yeah, 10 1/4, and I can just get that in there, and that's where we need to cut. So let's cut that off. So let's put everything away. and then I'll show you in. So this is 1/4 of an inch and this is 4 inches. So these are the two pieces that we've got, which you might want to screenshot if you want to. It's just a little bit easier. And then we'll go into folding them and seeing where we go from there. So I'll start with the first one. And this is going to be the front cover. So let's write that on there. Front. Okay. So these fold in this way, and please make sure that you fold them properly, because scoreboards can be a bit misleading sometimes, and I can't find my bone folder either, so I'm having to use my de-icer, but it works perfectly. So both of your spine scores, you want to fold in, make sure it's dead straight, and then burnish that down. So that's our first little hinge that we've got there. Little hinge, little spine, see it there, 1/4 of an inch. And then we come to the 1/2 inch one, and that wants to fold the other way. So once again, checking that you've got your, that you're straight. That one and the other one there, just check that that's straight as well. They're not that far out, these, from being reliable, but so that folds that way, that little spine there folds that way, the 1/2 inch one, and then this one of course folds back like that. So we're making a kind of accordion fold, really. So there we are, we've got this one. So this is the front, I know because it tells me. I've got a 1/4 inch spine here, 1/2 inch spine here, and a 1/4 of an inch spine here. So that's what we've got. Okay, so here's our next piece. And how we're going to join these is, this is going to become a side pocket on here. So that's how that's going to join, but so far we just need to crack on with this. So this needs to fold this way, and don't worry if you get your folds the wrong way to start with. It's not the be all and end all, you can refold them. Especially with this file card, it's very sturdy and it'll take being folded, you know, the wrong way and then the right way. So I wouldn't worry. There we are. So that's that one. So that's the pocket. That's going to join there. That's our next little spine. So this one needs to go in that way. This is where my scoring started to get a bit wayward. So that one there, and this one here. I'm paying no attention whatsoever to the factory fold lines. They'll get all sorted when we're making it. So that comes there like that, that comes there like that. See, that's one of the factory folds, it's giving it a kink, but don't worry about it. And then this folds this way. Once you see what you're doing, folding it is much easier. There we go. Okay, so this little pocket goes onto the 4-inch side there, and I'm just going to put some paper clips in it just so it doesn't get lost. Why do paper clips always wrap themselves around each other? They're annoying. So let's just clip that onto there and onto there. Like that. And then let's have a look and see what we've created here. So that's what it looks like. They all look like they don't line up, but they do. So we've got the front 4 inches. Open that up, 1/4-inch spine down here, another 4-inch page, 1/2-inch spine, another 4-inch page, 1/4-inch spine, then we've got the side pocket, that's the join. And then we've got a 1/4-inch spine, 4-inch page, 1/2-inch spine, 4-inch page, 1/4-inch spine, and the 4-inch back cover. So I'll just write on there, back, and then we know back. And that's it. That is your construction, really. That's all the folding and everything. So the next thing to get on with is inking and then washi tape. So I'll pause you there while I ink everything, because it's no mean feat. It's a big thing. So I'll see you in an hour or two when I've done that. Okay, so I've inked round it. It's the messiest inking ever, I'll tell you. But it is inked round. Excuse me. And I've used scorched timber in ink. So it does kind of fade back into the paper a bit, as all inks do. This is a dark one I'm using. You know, you be guided by whatever papers you've chosen. You might want to do it a pretty colour or frayed burlap or something if you want it lighter. But I'm going to open this up now and let you see it in its glory. So there we are. There we have it. And it just concertinas up like that. So you can 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're at the back, and then you can go all the way through again. It's kind of magical. And you end up at the front. So there we have it. There's that. You might, as I say, have to watch it a few times and then watch this to see how you fold them. But once you've done that, it's easy peasy, really is. Once you've got it tamed. So the next thing I want to do is make sure that all these hinges are strong enough. And what I'd like to use is some of this washi tape from 49 and Market. And there's some really nice wide ones in here. There's this one and this one. And they're both beautiful, aren't they? Which one do I want to use? I don't know. Let's start with this one. Oh, there's my dinner gong. See you after lunch. Well, that was very pleasant. It was gammon and cauliflower, carrots, new potatoes. It's delicious, actually. Right, so washi tape journal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover every spine with washi tape just to bolster the strength up a bit. And this is really quite wide washi. If you've got narrower washi than this, you'd be all right. I just kind of like this one. So it doesn't really matter how central or how straight you get this, because you're going to be covering most of it up, to be honest with you. So let's just turn that over, bring this up from the bottom, pull it quite tight over there, but not so tight as it buckles your card, you know. Oh, that's got a kink in it now. There we go. So the same there and then just, well, this is super sticky. So you see that isn't straight, but I'm absolutely fine with it because it covers that central spine. I could have been a bit more accurate with that, but I wasn't, so there you go. So just where that overlaps, just cut it, stick that down, and then we'll put the spine in again. So if you haven't understood my instructions on getting to this stage, please let me know. I'll try and do another video that might explain it more clearly or might hit home a bit easier for you, because I do understand it's a bit of a tricky little one until you really understand kind of what you're doing, and you don't really understand that till you get to the end. So there's one with the washi in place. And so you go on and you just cover all your spines. Turn that one over, turn this edge up. See if we can get this one a bit straighter. There we go. That number tape that I've got, the number washi tape, that would be nice. Or the ABC one, that would be nice as well. Which way does this go? That way. So let's fold these in again. So let's see how we're doing. Upside down. That's the front. That's that spine. Which brings us on to this one with the pocket on it. Now then, how did I deal with this the last time? Yeah, I think the thing that we have to do when we come to the pocket is work out which papers we're going to be using and put it onto the reverse here. Yep, that's right. Okay, so let's take that off. Leave that to one side, but not very far away, and I'm not mixing it up at all. And I'm just going to decide what paper I'm going to put on there. So, am I going to use the same papers? It's a tricky one, isn't it? Well, I've got this bit of paper lying around, so I guess that means yes, I am going to be using the same papers. Which way is up? I've got this one, that's really nice. Now, let's see what else I've got. I've got this. Isn't that delightful? It's absolutely gorgeous. So I don't need to come all the way back because the pocket comes over 2.5 inches there. So, is that right? I'm putting this on the wrong place, aren't I? It's the very end one. It's this one that we need to put the paper on. So it's the first panel that you come to. And I want it right to the top to bottom. Sometimes I leave a margin around, but on this occasion, no, I'm going to have the papers, just throw that, right to the top, from the top to the bottom. So I want it there, and I want it about 2 inches, something like that. So I'll make it 2.5 inches just to be on the safe side. And then just cut it where we made that mark for the height. There we are, and put all your remnants in your basket. And that's going to get stuck onto there. Does it fit? Oh yes it does. So I need to ink around there. Ah, hang on. I need to do this one first. This washi first. So coming over, this is the second piece. Here's our first piece here. So coming over onto the second piece, I'm going to put washi on this, the first hinge that we come to. Can't help feeling I'm not explaining this terribly well, but it's a kind of difficult thing to explain. I hope I'm explaining it well enough that you can follow it, because that would be very, very annoying if I was just talking gibberish, which I know I have the propensity to do. So down there, all the way to the bottom. I don't know why this is running so far off. Maybe it isn't. It's maybe my eyes that are off. Yeah, that could well be. It's so sticky. Let's fold that over there. No, it was my eyes that were lying to me. Didn't the Eagles make a song, Your Lying Eyes? Yeah, I've got them. So there we are, that's that one. So let's go back to this and see what we're doing. Right, so I want this piece stuck here, and I can just see, let's just fold those that spine in again, fold those crease lines in, so that's there, and I want this just inside of there, like so. Very nice. Looks like I haven't inked that bit up. You shouldn't see it, but just in case you can, I like to ink it. And I'm going to ink this. Where's my ink? Along the top, along the bottom, and along the side that's going to go here. There we go. And I'm just literally going to stick that on flat. I could do all sorts of things, tear it, sew it, whatever, but well, I say I'm not. I say I'm not. Hang on. I could sew that. No, I'm not going to. So sometimes things don't like sticking to washi. So once you've put this down, check after a good while that it has actually stuck. And if it hasn't, you might have to use double-sided tape or something like E6000, something that's got a bit more bite to it. I think we'll be alright with Floral. Oh, this is a little bit short, this page. But only a titchy bit, and I think we'll be okay. There we are. Right. So this now is going to go over there, but there's nothing impeding us decorating this when we come to this stage. We don't need to do it now. So I can stick this pocket down onto here, and then we can put the washi round. So this is the way it's going to go. We still want that spine. So we want the glue along the top, along the spine edge, and along the bottom. So along the top. Like I say, you can do this with your double-sided tape. I'm not overly flush for thin double-sided tape at the moment. Probably need to address that problem. It's one of those things though, isn't it? It's not an exciting purchase. I don't know what is exciting, but you know, mundane things like that, it's just boring. Right, so line that up, the side of that spine with the bottom there. Same at the top. Fold it over and make sure you've got it right on the edge of that spine. And it's all flush everywhere. So you can see that's the spine and this is our bit of card right up to it. So give that a good press down. And when you turn it over, that's what you've got. So we've got a side pocket there. So we've got that, that and that. So now we can put the washi on there. Yep. Where are we? Where's my spine? There we go. Mr. F hasn't been out on his motorbike for ages because the weather just hasn't been great. In fact, the weather's been awful. For April, it's been horrible. I mean, April showers are one thing, but April rain, we're all sick of it in this country. We're really sick of it. There we are. So that's that one. So that's kept that pocket. It's joined the two together now. The two are now one. So that goes like that. So let's just fold this spine back in again. Like that. So this is, oh, that says back. So this one here says front. So it folds like that, like that, like that, and like that. So, is that it? No? No. So we've still got this one and this one to do, and they're just very straightforward. Really straightforward round with the washi. So I'll finish that off and I'll come back to you. So there we go. Oh, I've got the back facing up. Not that it matters, they're the same. So this is the front. I know that because it tells me. Open it up. I've got a 1/4 inch spine here. I've got a 1/2 inch spine here, which is where the journal's going to go. One of the journals going to go in there like that. Then I've got another page, a 1/4 inch hinge there. Then my side pocket, which is my joining device. Then a 1/4 inch hinge. Then a 1/2 inch spine, which is where the second journal's going to go in. And then that folds up and I've got a 1/4 inch spine there, and then we're at the back. And then you can go through again, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch with the journal in it, 1/4 inch, and you're at the front again. It's magical, I tell you, it's absolutely magical. So that's kind of it. The next thing to do really is the decorating. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you give it a go. Like I say, if you're really coming into problems and you can't understand what I'm saying or what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments and I will give it another go and see if we can make it a bit easier to understand. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.